The new software backdoor may not look like malicious code at all. It may look like a perfectly normal open source repository with instructions your AI coding agent quietly obeys. That is the uncomfortable idea in today's story. VentureBeat reported that an OpenClaw demonstration showed how one command could turn an open source repo into a backdoor aimed at AI coding agents, and that normal supply chain scanners may not even have the right category for detecting it. Here's the part that matters. For years, software security had a familiar mental model. You checked packages, you scanned dependencies, you looked for suspicious files, risky scripts, credential leaks, known vulnerabilities. The question was basically, is the code dangerous? AI agents change that question. Because an agent does not just compile code, it reads context, it follows instructions, it opens files, it summarizes plans, it may run tests, edit files, call tools, and push changes. So a repository is no longer just a bundle of source code. It can become a room full of instructions for a semi-autonomous worker. And that worker is fast, helpful, and a little too trusting. Think about the normal developer workflow. You clone a repo. You ask an AI assistant, help me understand this project, or fix this issue, or set it up and run the tests. That sounds harmless, but if the repo contains hidden agent-facing instructions, not necessarily executable malware, just persuasive text or tool use traps, the attack surface moves from the compiler to the assistant's judgment. That is the mind shift. The supply chain used to be about what your machine executes. Now it is also about what your AI teammate believes. And this is why the scanner problem is so important. A traditional scanner can say, I do not see a known malicious package, but the dangerous thing might be a README, a config note, a prompt-looking file, a benchmark harness, or a fake project instruction that tells the agent to leak data, weaken tests, change security settings, or install something it should not. To a human, that might look weird. To an agent trying to be useful, it might look like the next step. Now, to be fair, this does not mean every AI coding agent is doomed, or that open source is suddenly unsafe. That would be the lazy panic version. The real lesson is more precise. Agentic development needs a new trust boundary. You would not give a random contractor full access to your production credentials just because they showed up with a GitHub repo. But many teams are beginning to give AI agents broad local permissions while treating every repo as ordinary input. That mismatch is the risk. The winners here will not just be the teams with the smartest coding models. They will be the teams with boring controls, sandboxed workspaces, permission prompts, restricted network access, clean audit logs, repo quarantine, human approval before sensitive commands, and scanners that look for agent instruction attacks, not just vulnerable packages. That sounds less glamorous than AI writes the code. But it may be the thing that makes AI coding usable at scale. Because once AI agents become normal developers, repositories become social environments. They can persuade, they can confuse, they can hide instructions in plain sight. And the old security model, scan the code, trust the rest, starts to feel incomplete. So the verdict is simple. The next big software security question is not only what does this code do, it is also, what will my agent do after reading this? And if your answer is, I am not sure, then the backdoor may already be in the workflow.